Okay, let's get to installing this diff. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the diff on my stomach, okay? I'm gonna roll myself under there and with the creeper and then just press up on it and try to slide it into the crossmember. The important part is to slide these parts here. Wow, it's all rusting here. It's not good. Yeah, it's the important part is to slide these parts up into the crossmember where it'll grab it, okay? There's like a little shelf that'll hold it, okay, until we bolt it in. All right, so we should probably take these bolts out. Okay, put this one on the right here. Put this one on the left here. And wish me luck. Oh my god, there's like no room to work in here, man. Okay, I got the diff in there. It was a lot easier than I remember it being. I think I had a really hard time putting it in last time because I didn't know what to do. but it is really easy. Actually, I found out there's an access port to put a socket. So you see the socket is sticking out of the crossmember there. There's a little hole there that you can actually use to stick the socket through. I don't remember if I found that out last time, but I think last time I wanted to just use the wrench. We can use that to torque it also. So well, I used the impact gun to get it most of the way in. So what I did was yeah, you saw in the video. I laid down. I got it up in there. Okay, I rolled under there with this guy. Okay, and then at one point I had it resting on my rib cage. I was like, ooh, that kind of hurts. This thing is heavy. Do not drop this thing on yourself. But yeah, I lifted it up, I slid it into the crossmember. The holes were kind of close, and then the tough part was it gets hung up on the bolts on top, okay? And then so you gotta pick the bolts up, slide it through, pick the bolt up again, slide it through a little more. Okay, so I remember that from last time. So it was way easier than last time. Probably took me more than an hour to get it in last time. So this time was like so much easier. So because I knew what to do, you know. Okay, so all that's left is we got to torque it. Okay, the 4 bolts, the 2 on the side and the 1 on the top, and then we got to put the mustache. Put the mustache bar. Let's put the axles in first, and then we'll put the mustache bar, and then we'll have to fill up the transmission, the diff. Okay, But yeah, that was easy, man. That took less than 20 minutes. I couldn't believe it. So, all right. So yeah, I'm just gonna go torque everything. I gotta go look at the torque specs again. But it should be easy. Well, first we'll just I'll tighten everything till it bottoms out, and then we'll start torquing it. Okay. All right. Here's my out. But the two top ones are in there too, so it's amazing how it all comes together is what I want to say. And I didn't use, you saw that I didn't use any jacks to do it. This is all, I lifted it up, you know, and just maneuvered it into place. It was so much easier. You don't really need a jack to do it. I think the jack makes it a little more cumbersome. So all right, I used the ground is what I used. Raise back up. Okay, so here's the differential diagram. It's in the rear axle section. Differential carrier 2726. It's kind of hard to read. There's like a lot of bolts and stuff here. Okay, I don't really know. I think this is for the four-wheel steering. I don't think we have that. But anyway, it's 72 to 87 foot-pounds. Just call that 80 foot-pounds, man. For the top ones, okay, the two top ones are 80 foot-pounds, and then the ones on the side, you know, it's really hard to see these. This one right here, okay, 87. 72, so it's the same. So I'm gonna pick 80. I don't think we can do the top, okay? From what I remember correctly, we didn't do the top, so you cannot get a torque wrench up on the top one. So it's basically as tight as you can make it, Merlin. Okay, and then yeah, and then the side ones we can do. So, all right, have at it. One thing I have to say about these Mitsubishi, you know, service manuals, the diagrams are excellent. Whoever the engineer, you know, technical engineer, writer, person that did these diagrams did a very good job with it. And it's so easy to understand. You know, this goes here, and then that, you know, tightens there. You know, that's how many foot-pounds. That's what I like, man. A lot of manufacturers they don't do that, you know. So. And the Mitsubishi is great. They make great service manuals, and you can tell that from the like the Chilton's. You look at, where's the Chilton's? Oh, here. Yeah, if you look at the Chilton's manual, it's got these service manual pictures in there, okay, and the diagrams. See, they all have like the foot-pounds, and it's a drawing, and this goes here and there. It's like a diagram. It's very nice. Mitsubishi, you know, it's one of the things I've grown to love about Mitsubishi is their, you know, parts manuals. They're great. Okay, whoever they hired to make these, they did a good job. Okay, because like the other manuals and stuff, like if you look at another Chilton's manual for like a different car, and the diagrams aren't very nice. Okay, they don't even have a nice exploded diagram like that with the torque figures. That makes it so much easier than to look up on a freaking torque table. What is it? A differential carrier to crossmember bolt? They actually do have that in the service manual, but they have the diagram too. So I prefer, Hayes Mega is a visual type learner. I'm not gonna lie, you know, I work better by seeing things and touching things. I'm a tactile and visual learner. I'm not good at like reading shit, okay? So I say, all right, you can't just, or auditory learner, you can't just tell me something and I'll get it right away. But if you show it to me, you know, and I actually do it, then I can learn. It's just like how I learned how to put the diff back in, man. I remember, that's muscle memory from last time. That's what happened. That's pretty much what happened, what went down last time. So, ultimately what went down last time. So. And that's why it was so much easier this time. All right, 80 foot-pounds, all the bolts. And I think we're pretty close to, that's it for today. The sun's coming down. We'll try to get the axles in there, and then we'll put the mustache bar, and then we're pretty much done. And then the drive shaft. Yeah, and then we're pretty much done. Yeah. I'm kind of worried about putting the car back on the ground because I'm looking at that. The toe looks like it's really off on that, man. I don't know how we can fix that. There's nothing bent on the body. So I'm gonna tell you now, the way it's gonna work is if I can drive this to the alignment shop and they can't align it, you know, if hopefully it's not off by a lot. If they can't align it, I'm gonna have to take it to like a body shop or body and frame shop, and they're gonna have to pull it to where it'll be back into spec. Okay, so I don't want to do that, but if we have to, we'll do it. Okay, so that's the last step. Okay, and that costs a lot of money because I don't have the stuff to do it. But we replaced the most damaged part on the car to Crossmember. So Hopefully it helped. It definitely will fix the caster problem with the wheel just straight into the body. So hopefully this will be all worth it, you know. We'll see. All right, here's me up. Okay, so I got the diff in there. So what wound up happening is I used 2 wrenches to tighten the top. Okay, I could not torque it. There's no way you can get it. You can probably get a small torque wrench in there, but you're not going to get enough leverage to torque it to 80 foot-pounds, I think. So, oh yeah, okay, yeah. I think if I had one of those torque wrenches with a kind of swiveling head, the one that you can change the angle of the head up and down and stuff, like kind of like that right there. I probably could have done it, okay, but I don't have one of those. So I know they do make them, okay, but that's, you know, it looks like it would break real easily. That's what I want to say. Okay, yeah, so the diff is in there. I think the next thing we need to do is let's put the drive shaft on there, okay? It is hiding back there somewhere. All right. Whew, okay, I got the drive shaft back on there. The bolts are, I was able to work it with the torque wrench, okay? I used that contraption there. And so basically a ratchet with a torque adapter on it, okay? And then I used a long and a small wobble extension, okay? They're the ones that let the socket like move at different angles, sort of. It's kind of like a ball joint, sort of. Okay, so there she is. She's in there. All right, I try to get it in the same way I had it before. I marked it before I took it off, but honestly, I don't even know if I put it on the right way last time. I get a kind of like a vibration, sort of, when I'm driving, so, or it makes a kind of noise, so. Maybe it's the LSD thing, I'm not sure. Okay, anyway, drive shaft's on there. I think I want to see if I can get the axles in there. At least just click them in, you know, and then I'm gonna call it a night. And then we'll put the mustache bar later, I guess. All right, so yeah, let's go put the axles first. Okay. Okay, did you get that? Yeah, so I got the left one on there. It wasn't too hard. You know, it was kind of hard popping the. It's always hard sometimes to pop that circle up in there, so I think we got it. Looks like it's flush in there. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's flush in there. Okay. So I'm just gonna try to get the last one in there, and I think I'm gonna call it a night, and then we'll install the mustache bar tomorrow. Okay. All right. That's the last one right there. Cool. Let me go torque this side real quick. As we go. Okay, so I'm calling it a night. So the last thing I did was I torqued the axles. Okay. I used this torque adapter. It's in here somewhere. Right here. Okay, I used this to torque it. I think maybe if I'd used the regular torque wrench, it probably would have worked better, but whatever. I got it to work. I got it to like 45 foot-pounds. It's tough, dude. Because it's sort of like a weird angle, and you got to rotate everything. And okay, so the last thing I did was I torqued the axle. The drivetrain is completely on, almost completely on there. I almost said it was, but we still got to install this guy, okay? And I'm done for tonight. It's getting cold. Seems like it's colder than yesterday, so this shouldn't be too hard. It's just 4 bolts, you know, and it slips right on. Okay, and then the brakes got to go on, and then the brake line, and then the wheel, and then we're done. Oh, and the sway bar. Oh damn. Okay, yeah. So a handful of things left to do. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen with the alignment. I'm looking at it and it's like, really, this one looks straight, you know, the other one looks crooked. So yeah, it does look crooked, but maybe just the body's crooked, I'm not sure. We'll see when we get it on there, man, but when we get the wheel back on there. Okay, so anyway, what I accomplished today was we installed the rest of the suspension components, the lower and the upper control arms. Oh, and then we put the diff in. Okay, I'm surprised we got all the drivetrain stuff done today, man. That was fast. I'd done it before, so yeah. It wasn't as hard as last time, from what I remember. Torquing the axle bolts were kind of hard, and the drive shaft bolts. I was able to torque each one though, so that's good. At least I know it's not going to fall out on me while I'm driving. All right. Yeah, so we got the drive shaft in there, we got the axles in there, and I torqued the axles, and then that's where I left off today. Okay, so tomorrow is brakes, sway bar, mustache bar, and the wheels, and that's it. And hopefully we can drive it, you know. I'd imagine that probably might take the whole day again tomorrow too. Hopefully not. Okay, so I'm just going over all the tools that are out, and boy, every night I work on this, more and more tools wind up in this bucket here. Okay, it's just getting harder to find stuff now. Oh yeah, also I almost forgot, we need to put the diff fluid back in. Okay, so that's, I think tomorrow's going to be another all-day event. So I'm going to call it. Okay. Yeah, I try to start around noon when it's really bright out, you know. It was kind of cloudy until, so yeah, also the diff fluid we got to put in, so all right.